Aloy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
Little.
Get what it
Varl
is,
said
but
she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe. What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again.
bring it back under control.
Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like Stormbirds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those Stormbirds in line.
Yeah.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks
That's
like
not
she's barely
healthy.
seen the light of day as it is.
I need to get going.
May the land bloom in your steps.
Nice. High praise indeed.
Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
Nice. I'll take all of it. Thank you. You know me too well. I will take all of it.
Where'd Kataro go?
Alright. Can't get all the overrides just yet, but that's one more for the list. Can't craft anything yet. Alright, that's fine. That's
Didn't it
fine.
used to be a rainforest so big the old ones called it the lungs of the planet?
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. They burned it to the ground at some point.
Oh,
But they helped bring part of it back in Sobek's time.
that's good to hear. I wonder if it grew back
Huh.
after Zero Dawn. Wherever it is.
I'd like to think so.
That sounded like Val speaking
Looks
through
like some of
Aaron.
the holograms are
This is
working
weird.
now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful
Nice.
war map.
Some strike pieces there.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, but I must ask. The woman Varl and Aaron brought in, she's related to you.
It's hard to explain. She's more of a copy.
Good. If she's anything like you, we've just gained reinforcements.
Maybe. You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right.
Okay.
I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced before. How many do the Zeniths have?
Not sure.
Not sure. Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
It's
I'm with
true.
you there. Getting Ether out of the Grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hikaru's mission for peace is the correct path.
That's
It
true.
is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
That's true. It really did rally a lot to his cause.
I heard my friend Talana came by the base. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman going into Tanakh territory with that Karja armor of hers.
True.
She'll be lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just looking for someone who might need her help.
Whoever it is, They better be worth dying for.
We'll catch up with her later.
Have you had a chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regalla's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway,
Yes,
The
the
Nora
Nora
can hold
can
their
hold their own. Indeed, they
managed to
can.
push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
They never made it inside Mother's heart. They always stood firm against the
Years ago.
Karja anyway.
On your way then.
Shadow Karja, that was another story. They had more machines. But certainly it was enough to push them back for now. Alright, where is the basement?
Aloy, glad you made it back okay. She
Where is
panicked
she?
after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her.
Where
Hello?
is she?
It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't
Don't
understand.
understand that one.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything
Okay.
real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Booting up.
Better.
So, Aloy, I suppose you want information.
About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
So far, Zenith
Okay.
established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of
Overmining?
natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Ah, okay.
So, the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet,
And came back
and
to
now
the
they
one
want to
they
claim
knew.
Earth for themselves?
Not their descendants.
What?
Not their descendants. It's them. The same
The
ones who left
original
Earth
crew?
1,000 years ago.
Oh my god, seriously? Seriously? So, they were cryo-frozen, they made it to where they were going, they lived for only a few years there and then came back. Really?
You didn't know?
What? No.
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
That's exactly what Silence said when we were on Maker's End. He said there were a combination of pharmaceutical, and he just basically rattled off that exact same sentence. He was like, it's possible, maybe with pharmaceuticals. And I thought, age-defying cream, not really quite there yet. But as it turns out, yes, they did have all that technology just lying around. So these are the same people who were from Earth when it was being destroyed. My mind just blew up. I have so many questions. I have so much going on up here now. It's just, they remember everything. They were responsible for lies that, they weren't the best people. Let's be fair. They weren't the best people at all. That is a very dangerous. Oh my god.
And you? Does that mean that you're...
I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship.
They had a copy of her
I spent
DNA,
years studying in my training interface. Also that I could serve my function.
which
access
is
and control of the terraforming system?
Gaia.
Why? What do the Zeniths want with it? When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
Really? That makes sense because they can't deal with all the tribes. They don't. That ship never had that many crew to start with. It was said that it would take a lot of like embryos, but it wouldn't take much in the way of crew. So the crew themselves can't be that large. Whatever, however many people they have on board, it's not enough to fight a war against every single clan. Eventually, they're going to be overrun. No matter how much technology they have, no matter how many sentinels they have, they do not have enough to fight a planet. This is something I've always thought about. Like, if there was ever a time of like a rebel faction on Earth, you know, like working against everyone, eventually, if everyone on the planet united against them, no matter how much technology, no matter how strong, they'd be overrun by sheer numbers. People would rise up and eventually they would be worn down. So the crew, not being large, being smaller now, ever since we took out that other one, well, the Tanakh and that crafty Oseram took her out, but still shows that their shields are fallible. And they clearly don't have enough people to take over the planet. They wanted Hades to wipe the world clean. When that didn't work, that was their like plan. Like, let Hades wipe the world clean, come in, maybe use the shields or just the sentinels to take control of Hades again, shut it down, and then boot up Gaia for themselves and repopulate the Earth with, I'm guessing, the chambers are still full of, like, they can make more humans, and oh my god, the worlds under the far Zeniths would be a terrible and powerful world itself. But I thought they would strip mine their planet and their descendants has come back. But if it's the original crew, it's a small crew, they'd have all the current technology of the time and the era and all that knowledge, and Apollo. My god. And they have Hephaestus. No, they don't have Hephaestus. They have Eleuthia. So they can repopulate. Their population can grow. Huh.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over? When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered.
Yes,
They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. That
Yeah.
they can redesign it to be exactly what they want. Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that?
The old ones
whatever
of
Gaia Colonel
far
had a hard time
Zenith,
doing that.
apparently.
The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you. And you went along with it? They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her subordinate functions.
Yeah.
That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix Gaia. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit.
Yeah.
So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries.
Yeah,
Gaia
that
would
makes
have only
sense.
undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her. Yeah, well, surprise. So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them? They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth.
Yes.
Controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them.
He's the one who decided to set up a base. The
Okay,
others,
where's the
Eric,
base?
Tilda, Verbena,
Verbena's
they
dead.
resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
Hmm.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know.
Felt the scars on that one.
You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
In the
Off
west.
the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone.
So that is what we're seeing at the title menu. There's something blurred out in the background, and I thought it was a building or a ship. It's a ship. It's the Odyssey. It has to be. That's their base. They landed, or it's a part of it. Maybe the rest is still in space, and they landed with a part of their ship somewhere they can return and go up and down to. The fact that it's the original crew and there's only a few of them means they must have a facility for building Spectres on there. And the fact that they don't have many in the crew, even less now, is it's a good sign. We can take them. If we do it right, we can take them.
Couldn't see anything outside, but I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit.
There it is. I knew it. They kept the ship in orbit, and they had ships to get up and down. The rest of the zygotes must be in space on that ship. Wow.
Plus, infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know,
Maybe
there
more
could
on
be
the
more
ship.
of them out in space. Other survivors of the colony.
You said the Zeniths colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Yes,
They
survivors.
survived old age too.
Yeah.
How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before
That's
the Hades
true.
Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
Hide yourself.
You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
Okay.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eluthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Yeah, she's dead.
Vena's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Yeah,
Well,
she's
when
dead.
it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And
Nice.
the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Nice.
Well done.
Way to think on your feet.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive. Would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Faro purged it.
The
She
Zeniths have
doesn't
a
know.
copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
Okay.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
I'll let you
All right,
rest.
I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...
So how long?
Okay. How long
You know,
before?
your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Guy is powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Guy is
Yeah.
still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location. Of course not.
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
No.
You were supposed to be further along by now.
Yeah.
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
They're not
Quiet
going
now.
to find us. Guy is using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. They're gonna die.
Hey! Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
Interesting.
How'd it go?
Her
About how
injury's
you'd
not that
expect.
bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
Right. A lot learned in a small amount of time there. The original crew, Jesus. I thought it might be their descendants, having strip mined the planet, they needed to come here and do something about it. A natural disaster, that doesn't necessarily rule it out. I think they brought about their own extinction still on that planet and escaped. But damn. Lots of questions, but they're gonna have to wait. Alright, let's see about Gaia. What does she think?
Welcome back. Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it.
Is it?
Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced.
Yeah.
Comparable to Zenith technology. But not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands.
It's
Whoever
gotta be
designed this weapon
silence.
knew how to cover their tracks.
He's the only one.
Silence.
Yeah.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us.
No.
Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Eleuthia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The 2 remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Okay.
Right. One problem at a time.
Yes.
Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get.
It's a little loud, Aaron.
I know. That makes you want to punch something. More like someone. To help me find it. People make mistakes.
Yeah.
Hey, you and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their
Yeah.
ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility.
Yeah.
Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too.
That makes
But
sense.
still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
Still
Not a single
impressive.
dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
It's true.
Let's hope that's enough. How's everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then
Sounds
Zoe
about
said
right.
something about 2 trees coming from one seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Katalo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy.
Fair
Told him
enough.
I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second, I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
Actually, the Nora have a lot in common with the Tanakh. They both repelled the Karja, they both fought for their homelands, and they both have a strong sense of tribal mentality of warriors, basically.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell
Read
us when
the
she's ready.
comics. Read the comics.
How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Aaron definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
So, training with Zoe, huh?
Yes, training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course.
Not gonna read into that too much.
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother
Nice.
Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Farrow.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
And a little bit
To mention
scary.
terrifying.
Yeah.
They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Yeah. And then some of them left and went to the Sundom, but the Nora were the first. Basically, as soon as they came out the gates, they formed the Nora tribe, and that's where the legend of All Mother came from. It was passed down through the years of them forgetting and not passing on the knowledge. They didn't have, like, they had basic reading and writing, but they didn't have enough to preserve their knowledge. And eventually, what, not to quote Lord of the Rings too much, myth, legend became myth, Fact became legend, legend became myth, and eventually they just formed a thing around, that Gaia was, but then, like, some of the Nora left and became the Karja, and I'm guessing the Banuk as well, or they might have come from another facility, but eventually this happened all over the globe, that people came out of these facilities, eventually forgot what they were told, and formed a religion or a tribe around whatever was in their area. So, the map of Forbidden West is huge, and there's loads of crushed machines and holograms left, and that's how the 10 came into effect. And it's just crazy to think about. My mind is blowing up again.
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else. I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a
Nice.
home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
That's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Fair enough. There is plant life in the back here now. A little bit here, a little bit there, and some growing anew. It's nice.
There is something I'd like to discuss.
Very
It's about the
well.
land gods. If you have time, that is.
You said you wanted to talk about the land gods?
I think there's a way to heal them so that they'll once again provide Plainsong with grain. Gaia gave me a set of instructions. She called it, reboot code.
Nice.
If we deliver it to the land gods, their derangement will end.
That's great.
Maybe. There are thorns on the path. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus, the land gods will reject it. Gaia
Okay.
showed me a way around this. We need components called control cores from machines made by Hephaestus. Machines similar to the land gods.
Okay.
You mean Grimhorns? Like the one we fought in
Yeah.
the repair bay?
Yes. Gaia helped me locate 2 of them out west.
So, kill the machines, get the control cores, then use them to adapt the reboot code into something the land gods will obey?
If all goes well. But taking down 2 Grimhorns won't be easy.
No.
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy. I'll send you the location of the machines.
I'll let you know when I get close to those Grimhorns.
Good. If we can get their control cores, maybe we really can heal the land gods.
Nice. Right. Next thing is infiltration again. White spear. Silent strike heal, silent strike more, please. It's nice. That would be good. We're really gonna have to work on stealth, I think.
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
I see.
I see.
The old ones fed off my stuff.
Okay. Alright.
From what I'm reading, all the old ones wanted to eat was this stuff called chocolate.
They weren't wrong there. Heck, I'm lactose intolerant and I still want chocolate. I shouldn't have it, but it's just so good. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Okay.
It was pretty weird talking to Beta, seeing someone who looks like me. Even though it seems like she doesn't act anything like me. Or Elizabeth, for that matter.
It's nice to have these quiet moments where I can talk to myself, but not myself. You know what I mean? Where you're using, like, objects to talk to, and it's not,
Looks like Arendt and Catalo moved their stuff in.
Yeah, they did.